Hello, everybody. This is Matt Sheridan with your ATL agents, along with my wonderful colleague, Cynthia Pierce. Hello, Cynthia.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. We are still in the process of bringing you knowledge through education. There's a lot of things in this new realm of real estate that our clients still don't understand, people don't understand. So we have brought in the wonderful and talented and beautiful Julia Head. How are
Yay,
you?
Julia.
You're
We
so
love
sweet. I'm
working with
wonderful.
you.
Glad to be here with you all.
Yes, and I've known just a little background. I've known Julia for a long time. We worked at Brook Furniture, where we were staging temporary houses for the film industry and corporate housing relocators and just the individual people. But we've known each other for a long time, and now we are lucky enough to continue our working relationship in this business that we transitioned to. So Julia, tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. So I started off my career a couple decades ago, actually in finance. I managed a finance company for American General. If anyone remembers those finance companies, it was subprime, and got out right before the crash. So I was lucky. I did not experience any of that. And then when the pandemic hit is when I got licensed again as a lender. So I have over a decade of experience in lending and helping people purchase their dream homes.
That's awesome.
And I think you have the customer service mentality that our team has, and that we just treasure and value so much, that you take care of your people and you're a phone call away, you're responsive.
Yes.
That's what we've experienced.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is definitely, to me, what is most important and how I feel that I set myself apart. It's all about the customer experience for me. I'm responsive. I answer my phone at night, on the weekends, whenever I'm needed. Lenders really can compromise whether a transaction is successful or not, just based off of their responsiveness. And so that's important to me. And then honestly, just walking through the process with people, holding them hand in hand if it's needed, and letting them know that they're not alone in this. There's a lot of things that we come up against. It can be daunting when you've never purchased a home before. So I like to be really informative and just very accessible as well. And I find that alleviates some of the stress that can be associated with purchasing real estate.
Even our luxury clients that have bought multiple homes doesn't mean that they bought a home with this interest rate, with this environment, lending criteria, everything that is always changing in our industry.
Yeah. And it's a new experience
Absolutely.
for a lot of us and people. And I think, when Julia hired me, it was a big customer service based business that and I think we related so much to how we expected
to be treated,
but that's what correlates into how we treat our clients. And that's why I love and trust you, because I know you are going to provide my clients with what I would have an expectation of you providing our clients. So that's always great.
And people can call you when they don't need a loan. So
exactly.
A question about, their taxes coming up, their property taxes or the prorations or anything. There's a lot of aspects of your mortgage and, owning a home that are not just at the initial taking a loan. So I like it that you develop relationships.
Yeah.
So that's what I was just getting ready to say. I mean, this is a relationship business, and it's so important. And that's why I love partnering with you all, because I feel that we mirror each other in our approach to the business, and just the care that we put into every single person that we're working with. And it doesn't just stop when we're at the closing table. I mean, these are really lifelong relationships that we're fostering. And I love that you all, operate in the same way.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your time. So let's just jump into it. I think the biggest thing,
let's do it.
Everybody's talking about rates right now. So let's just give a blanket example. If I'm looking at a $500,000 house, what does that mean to me as a buyer?
That's a great question. So, if someone's purchasing a $500,000 home, if they are putting 5% down, so that's going to be the minimum down payment on a conventional loan, you could anticipate a payment around $4,000 a month. And so that's going to include your principal and interest. That includes your homeowner's insurance, 1/12 of that bill, 1/12 of your property tax bill. Again, and these are estimates. And then there's going to be mortgage insurance on the loan because you're borrowing more than 80% loan to value on the property. So $4,000 a month with 5% down. If you're putting 10% down, you could anticipate that payment being around $3,800 a month. And then if you put down 20%, you won't have mortgage insurance, so your total monthly payment should be around $3,500.
I like that better.
Exactly. But, buyers, they can really influence based on the down payment, how much their monthly payment is. And those are one of the things that we work through on the front end. So that way that they're very comfortable with where they're at payment wise. And then that's also going to help them be able to move forward more confidently in the home search.
Yeah. And I think the biggest pushback now is, but the rates, and it's trying to get people to focus on that monthly spend, because you could possibly be able to afford the house that you want right now. You're just as scared of the 6.5%, 7%, rate.
Right.
You need to really discuss with a lender what that monthly means to you. What can you financially afford? Because you may be able to get your dream house right now. You just didn't know it.
Exactly. Yeah. And where interest rates are, that can be daunting. And so something that we're offering is that if you purchase now, which is in buyer's best interest, because it's less of a frenzy right now than it's going to be as soon as rates drop. But whenever it is time to refinance, because the rates have come down by enough where it makes financial sense to do so, we're going to waive all the lender associated closing costs. So we're going to be looking for any way possible to save them as much money when that time comes. But it's much better to buy now with a interest rate, as you mentioned, somewhere in the mid 6s to low 7s, than to wait for rates to come down. Then you're having to offer $50,000 over asking price, $100,000 over asking price.
Yeah, I think that's the craziest thing I've heard is, I'm waiting for rates to drop, so then prices drop. And I'm like, that's not how this works
that way.
And that's the hard part, is you're going to get yourself back into multiple offers, which means a lot of people aren't getting houses and they're having to be crazy with their prices, which is also an uncomfortable place. And that could put you in a situation where your percentage is less, but you're paying $100,000 more on that house. You ended up netting the same or more,
Exactly.
So that's good information to know. So on your end, I know you said y'all are waiving lender associated closing costs, which is an incredible thing. Is there anything else during the closing process that you do differently than others?
During the closing process, absolutely. I mean, one thing with my company is that we are truly a well-oiled machine. So we can get files through underwriting just in the blink of an eye, really. And that can make it where we can work with you all when you're building out the offer, and we're able to waive contingencies because of how quick we can move on the back end. And that's a huge negotiating factor and especially when you're up against multiple different offers. So I think that that's huge, and we're very efficient, and we're really just going to get in the trenches with our buyers and you all as the agents and do whatever we can on our end to help assist in getting their offer accepted.
The thing is that we have had a lot of multiple offers, even in this market. So it seems that the good houses all fixed up, pristine, renovated, whatever the codes, trigger words are, more than one person wants that home at a time.
Well, and we've realized that terms are what
the terms
throw a contract. I mean, terms can mean more than money.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you can do all your, quick appraisal, quick turnaround, quick processing, we can limit the risk to that seller on our buyer's behalf.
Yeah.
But the fast turnaround is amazing.
Thank you.
Like, what is your company's outlook on 2025, what the expectation is? We're all hoping for the same thing, I know. But what is more or less the outlook from your company's perspective?
Absolutely. I think our outlook is that it's going to be a great year. It is a great time to buy right now. Interest rates will come down. We don't know exactly when. There's a lot of different factors that are driving rates not having already fallen, to down to the fives like we anticipated. But they are going to come down. We've already referenced that. It's better to get in now before the frenzy, like I like to call it, when we're back to that being the norm. And yeah, I think it's time to. We're in a strong market. Values have continued to rise year over year, and I think that it's if you're ready to start looking, the first thing that you should do is talk to a lender so that we can work through everything on the front end, get you pre-approved, talk through payments, set realistic expectations, and then they'll be ready to start going out and shopping for homes, and hopefully they can find the home of their dreams.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
amazing.
awesome.
You nailed it.
Well, Julia,
Thank you
we
so much.
really appreciate your time. We love you. We appreciate you. So good to
Yes.
see you as always.
Thank you. I love you both.
We're going to have lending take two next.
Yes.
Let's do it. I'm always here to help.
All right. Enjoy your trip.
All right. Thank you. Bye.